Talking Heads podcast live from Pattaya, Thailand with your host, Dave D. Join us weekdays. Check out all the latest updates on talkingheads-podcast.com.
And welcome to Pattaya, welcome to Thailand. How you doing, guys out there? Thanks for joining us today. And of course, in the studio, as per normal, at the end of the table in mission control, the man himself, Bobby. How are you feeling today?
Okay, I'm okay.
Hey, are you feeling the vibe today?
The vibe is happening.
The vibe is here, and we've got a great vibe in today. Owen Richards is in the studio. Welcome to the show, Owen. How you doing?
Hello, mate. All good, thanks.
Good. Now, people that don't know, Owen, you've got the Proactiv marketing company, yeah?
I have, yes.
Good. All right. So for the people out there that don't know what it is, if we can get in a little bit, then SEO in management and all that. Let's start right at the beginning. What do you do at Proactiv?
I mainly focus on WordPress design, development. We cover web hosting. Mm-hmm. We manage the site, so WordPress, due to regular updates, etc., things need to be looked at and monitored on a regular basis, basically. So that's all part of the package.
Okay, so let's say for the average person out there, like me, because when it comes to like that kind of stuff, I'm not that good. He's the brains at the end of the table. That's why he's in mission control, aren't you, Bobby?
We are all brains.
You're the talker.
Yeah, I'm the talker. Yeah, he's the brains. I'm the talker. When we see people that ask me, and they go, "Well, SEO," and everybody talks about SEO in Owen. I mean, what is SEO in? What is it?
Basically, it's SEO. It's search engine optimization.
Mm-hmm.
It basically optimizes your site, which enables like a search engine, Google, mainly Google,
for it to function.
Yeah, and to make people find your site is what I'm trying to say.
So basically,
you can't just have a website and it's just sat there.
Yeah, I mean, so that is an important piece of the website. Yes.
Yeah, it's more important.
Past when I brought for my son, I did buy him an Xbox. When it comes to SEO, and tell me if I'm wrong here, I'm just going to sort of go out on a limb here. SEO and in that is what is it, like keywords that you're using or things like this?
Yeah, that's all part of it. Basically, it's making sure your website's all titled and labeled like a book. Basically, if you had a book in a library, it's got to be tagged, and you've got even the way the book's written. You've got a title, your headers. Yeah, it's written correctly to explain obviously what it is.
So if I come to you and say, hey, you know what, Owen, I've got this great site, it's brilliant, but nobody's really looking at it. I mean, do you run a test on it or something to find out what's happening? How do you do that?
Yeah, we've got software which we can do a basic scan over the website, and it gives us insights from errors and things what we can.
So basically, like an MOT.
Basically, yeah.
An MOT on the website. And you can
because the thing is with a website, a lot of it you need insights as to what people are actually looking for online. So not everyone people go online. Everyone looks for searches using different things depending on what comes into their head.
And of course, all keywords and that, of course, they'll be relevant to what they're actually selling or doing on their website. Yeah.
You don't want to obviously just ranking for anything. You want to be ranking for business, don't you? So
I mean, lipstick doesn't want to be under BMW cars, does it?
No, you want to make sure that people are finding your website for what you actually do. Yeah. Otherwise, they're just going and it's different.
I mean, this must be pretty time consuming. Yes, I would imagine.
It isn't depending on the website.
Right.
Obviously, there's people's actual expectations and what they're trying to do with a website, because there's obviously local kind of SEO. So if you're kind of a local service like a business or an electrician or anything like this, obviously it's more localized because you've got a service distance, ain't you? But if you're selling things like products, it becomes a bit more
so what you're saying is if
people want a global market, then
that's what I was trying to say. Instead of you're tailoring it to what they are. If they're after the local market, and like you say, if they're an electrician and they want people in the neighbourhood, you target.
Yeah, because someone will be looking for an electrician in wherever you are, or a plumber, wherever.
Sounds good. So when it goes to like, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty dumb when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, we run the Pattaya One website, and I believe that's on WordPress. I mean, what is WordPress?
It's an outsourced platform. It's a free platform to use and to develop and work on. It's a CMS system, so it's already got it organizes all your files, everything you update, and if you obviously got a store, you can use that, and you can add-ons to WordPress where you can have store features and.
Right. So basically, WordPress comes
It's
as
got that built into it.
WordPress comes as a sort of semi-template. Is that right?
Well,
No.
well, you've got pre-built in themes and layouts which you can just directly use because it's kind of built for blogging, etc. In it. So
Okay.
the design is how far you want to go with it.
So you start adding. So what you do is you take that and then you start putting all the gadgets and the gizmos on and all the add-ons on and make it different.
Yeah, because the good thing with WordPress, obviously there's a lot of features via plugins which you access, and a lot of them you can get for free, depending on the features you're wanting. You can buy pro versions, get more features.
When it comes to sites, I mean, like you know, and you've got your site, we've got our site, and that. When it comes to like attacks, you know, people from outside attacking a website. I mean, how I mean, you know, I'm going to put like bot attacks and things like this. I mean, how do you control things like that? Because things like that can ruin websites, can't they?
Yeah, you can.
So how can you stop things like that?
Well, you can use things like Cloudflare. That's got protection against things like this, and you can get localized plugins as well, which can scan and monitor your website for attacks and viruses, etc. So
I mean, why do? I mean, it's a silly question again, I would imagine, but why do people send out those kind of things to sites? I mean, is it just to ruin the site,
some
or
of it, obviously it's to take the site down? Keep
so competitor.
Yeah, it could be, or people are just trying to gain access to info on your website. It's all depends.
It's information, yeah.
Some people got a lot of time on their hands. I haven't got time to be worrying about things like that.
Yeah. What's like the most popular then? Would you say that WordPress is the most kind of popular site?
Yeah, I think I've got a blog written the other day. I think it's about 30% of all the websites online are now
WordPress. Happy days.
And to be honest, pretty much every job I've ever had is on WordPress. That's why I've just.
What are the other options though? Is there other options?
Yeah, there's other platforms. There's loads of different platforms.
But the WordPress is what you're sort of key.
Yeah, because I'm more of I'm not a programmer, so I'm more of a front end designer.
Front end designer. And what about the actual web hosting itself? What about that? I mean, do you do that?
Yeah, I provide web hosting. I've got.
Which is what for the normal person out there? What do you provide?
In what way?
In web hosting. I mean, what is web hosting? I mean, you know, is it what? On a server, or what is it?
Oh, sorry, yeah. It's just service-based, which enables you to have your website online, so you have to have it.
So let me understand.
It's just like a computer with a page on it.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Your web and the IP address is how it gets them to that location when they put in your domain name.
What about?
Sorry, my nose is.
That's okay. It's okay. Well, so when somebody's got a website and they want it hosting, tell me if I'm wrong. This goes on to a server, and the server is just allocated a part of that is allocated to their site, and they just pay for the space. Is that right? No? Is that how you would put it?
Through me? Yeah, I normally include it. To be honest, if in a first-time build, I normally include a year's hosting as part of that. Anyway.
Okay,
but
so
there is obviously yearly charges,
a yearly fee. And so, for example, where would if we're in Thailand now, for example, and I've got a website, where would it be hosted to make it
My server's
easy?
Actually in the States.
Is that good?
I
mean,
got more reliability. I've had
stable.
I've tried doing them over here, but
don't work.
Always issues, and there's people. Yeah.
I think logic would say put it in Thailand, wouldn't it? I mean, we're in Thailand. Put your server in Thailand. No.
Yeah.
You're puffing there. Does that mean they're not that good?
Well, even if you had your own server, the electric ain't too.
Now we're talking. Yeah. The electric power is
too reliable.
Not too reliable. I don't have sort of backup generators.
At least most of those servers over there, they'll guarantee it 99.9% uptime.
I remember I've
never had those issues.
I remember I've seen Zuckerberg with Facebook. He got like warehouses and warehouses and warehouses of servers. And right at the side of that, he's got warehouses and warehouses and warehouses of generators. just the power goes off. It clicks on, and there's never a lapse because you got to, ain't you? I mean, that's just like nuts.
Oh yeah, otherwise everyone's ringing you.
Huh?
Otherwise everyone's ringing you like they're sat on their computer checking to see if their site goes down. So your phone's ringing and that all the time. Otherwise,
so taking me from the person that's let's take it from the person. First of all, I'm a customer. I come to you and I say, "Hey, Owen, I've got a website. What can you do for me?" I mean, what's the process from there? If I come to you and say, "What can you do for me?" How would you?
Well, you've already got a website.
Let's take it first that I've already got one. I've come to you and I said, "I've got a website. Can you have a look at it? What do you think? What's the process?"
Probably say, well, what do you want to do with it? So I'd need to feed out as much information as I could from yourself.
But I mean,
otherwise, I could waste loads of time giving you, coming back with loads of ideas, and you just go, nah.
Yeah. So if the website's already there, it's already got content on. Yeah. I mean,
improving it.
Improving it. Yes, that's what I'm on about. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Generally, I'd do like an on-site assessment, and I'd come back with you with a basic report, and we'd go from there. I'd obviously say, we can do this, we can do that, and I can give you info of, like, what's the word?
You can give you an analysis of what he's doing.
Rough kind of results, as in search numbers and etc. So we can find worthwhile ways of going. You need insights, basically. Otherwise, I can do anything for you and charge whatever I want. But you need some kind of data and info and a target and something to focus on. And otherwise, it's just how long's a piece of string, in it. I get stupid questions like that all the time.
No, it's a
standard thing.
Yeah, I'm playing the dumb person.
Yeah,
I need to play.
Standard.
I need to play the dumb person so I can get the dumb answers and the good answers and everything sort of out there. So the process is of course when you're building a website from scratch, you're going to build it on WordPress, and then you'll sit down with the customer and take notes. I would imagine about what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I try. It's getting input and content and things like this from people, because you kind of need an insight as to what they do and don't do. Again, it's getting people to understand that I don't know anything about your business, and most of the time, to be honest, people struggle to even write anything and provide anything. I normally have to scour around online and try and get some ideas together and pass it backwards and forwards, and normally they just go until it's done.
Sure.
But there's a process to it. Otherwise, there's a lot of wasted time. And
one question we got, I put a thing out saying that you were coming on the show. I mean, I don't know if you can answer this or not, so if you can't, it's not a big deal. But it was just, I put a little thing out saying Owen was coming on the show. When it comes to gateway payments in Thailand, so people paying from all over the world into your website, I mean, is there such a thing as the best way besides PayPal?
Besides PayPal.
Besides PayPal.
I only use PayPal.
Okay, so that's your answer, yeah.
You can get direct things through banks, I think, like K-Bank and stuff like this, and take payments, but I don't deal with any of all that, to be honest. It's not worth me time.
But you can. I mean, this is something that somebody said to me the other day. You can't set up a PayPal account in Thailand. You can, as we found out. Yeah, so that answers their question. I mean, Proactiv marketing. I mean, how long have you been here?
I come here in 2007. I can't actually remember when. It was before we had all phones and all that, wasn't it? So I've got no records and passports. It was around mid-year 2007.
I can remember you from sort of way back anyway. Yeah. So, but I mean, let's just give a bit of an insight. You came in 2007. You was here doing your thing and doing stuff about, and then you decided to have a smash up, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that was actually quite a few years afterwards. But yeah, I was actually working for Jimmy actually at the time, Big Banner. I had a motorcycle accident on.
Well, it wasn't just a little one, was it, Owen? I mean, come on.
I actually have got no recollection of any of it. I don't remember. I just remember being in a bad way, yeah.
A lucky man, yes? Like a few people that have been there.
Lucky I still got an head, put it that way. It's just getting heavy now, full of metal, and it's a bit of a weight on my shoulders.
Nah, you'll be fine. Do you still do any sports here? Because I mean, I know that the guys and everybody used to play sports and football, and I mean, but now you've got your daughter. Surely that's a bit of a handful.
I don't really do any sport. I've never, if I'm honest, I go to the gym and that.
Yeah,
but I've never really been. Probably not much of a team player or something. I've never been interested.
But now you're a dad now, of course, yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Got a little daughter.
Little daughter, 4 now.
Yeah.
She's 4.
Start of August, yeah.
Start of August 4, and now she wants to get into what my son wants to get into, taekwondo.
Just started doing taekwondo. Yeah.
Do you know what that's going to be? Don't you? Same as I used to get. You're in the bathroom. You're at the bathroom mirror. having a shave, and then suddenly your son comes in and smacks you straight where he shouldn't do, and gives you well, he's learned in Taekwondo.
Get all that regularly anyway. I get all that regularly anyway.
What about? Schooling here. I mean, we've both got kids at the nursery now, haven't we? Which
Banton Rack,
Banton Rack, which is up at the top of Soy Counselor, yeah.
Yeah, mate.
I mean, it's a good school, no?
Oh, that's great, mate.
I mean,
the little one loves it.
Yeah, I mean, it was through you.
She's never not walked in, put it that way, since the first day she went.
Yeah.
She started when I think she wasn't even 2.
I think that it's always
been
good.
There 2 years already.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby and myself, we spoke about doing the kids cast on a Saturday, didn't we, Bobby?
Yeah.
Where we can
Is that with them?
Well, we want to do it with sort of like, it needs to be probably, at a guess, it wants to be sort of 8 and up, I would imagine, somewhere around there, yeah?
Yeah, sing and dance.
Sing and, I mean... Entertain, sing, dance, entertain,
Poetry.
And, whatever, they can show a bit of talent. But also, what I always think about it is because...
Patty has got talent.
Yeah, whatever. But the thing is, I've done it in the past in another country, and I always tend to find... when you've got kids in front of you and you ask them a question, their answers are
they'll tell you the truth.
They tell you the truth, and it's so
they don't know how else, do
fantastic.
they?
No, but it's what they come out with is just so good. It's really funny. And I mean, it could be. I mean, we're going to start this soon. Hopefully, in the next few weeks or so, we're going to Axon School. We're going to see them and have a word with them to see if we can have a go. I've had my son in here, Alan. He's been in here, with us, and he came out of his shell, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
You've had him on here already.
We've had him in for a test run.
Yeah.
Yeah, just he was doing.
I've seen him perched on the end in one of the ones.
He was doing a little bit of a jingle. Yeah. So it was pretty cool, wasn't it?
It's very cool.
He's all right. Bobby's he's encouraging him as well. So, and he's all you do the weight.
I've seen you up, paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding. That's Bobby. Yeah. Bobby does that. He's a beach guru.
From California, though, aren't you?
Hey, mate.
You from California?
I'm from New York, but I lived in California and Hawaii.
Yeah, you see, he lived in Hawaii. That's why
that's all right, isn't it?
He's one of those come by earth. It's like 8 in the morning, yeah. Was it a bit like Castaway with
Hawaii?
Yeah, was it like it was Tom Hanks? Did you speak to coconuts?
I eat them. I eat them here in Pattaya. I love coconuts.
I do. They're nice, and the prices range so much.
My pal.
Your pal.
My pal, mak mak.
What do you mean the prices range?
Well, I go up north to the village, yeah, and you go up there, and believe it or not, if you go up there and you get a melon,
10 baht or
5 baht or 10 baht for a melon
down here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's the melons up there are like 10, 5 baht. It's crazy. That's why you see the trucks coming from north to here. I mean, what do you reckon in Paddy at the moment then? What do you think of it? Come on, what do you think of it? I mean, where do you see all this going? We spoke yesterday with Darren from Key Visa. And we had a bit of a chat with him, and Bobby was in there, and I was in there, all mixing it all up. I mean, what's your sort of what do you think of it? Give us your opinion.
I think personally they're going to take this opportunity to change it and push through a few things they've been trying to for a long time, like redeveloping it.
But don't you think they're going to
plans on the horizon, aren't they? And it's always been them saying that this is happening. This Morgan Street's going to get. They've been saying it for years, and so now it's a great time.
But don't you
Once
think
it's all shut and that they can take advantage of that, can't they? Unfortunately,
don't you think it's a great time for everybody around the world to do the same thing though?
This is happening all around the world, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't you think it's a good opportunity to change things now?
Yeah, as long as it's changed in the right way. It's changing to being restricted, isn't it? Because there's so many of us these days, and they want to monitor us and track what we're doing. So.
Well, they said, I mean, 15 years ago, the plans were up at, said to you all about the Bali Pier extension, which now they say in the news they're going to do 2.9 billion baht.
What's that?
2.9 billion baht for the Bali extension, the new pier with all the shopping shops and everything, yeah. So, I mean...
Town's got more shopping centres than I've ever seen.
I mean, yeah.
And they just go derelict and then move on to another one.
But I always think...
Too much money, that's why. They just throw around money, don't they?
Yeah, sure. And I mean, it's a bit sad when you go around now and you see places like McDonald's and places like that you think are untouchable, and they're dead and closed. And closed. But I mean,
changing another way though, isn't it? Things after business, people have got to be making money, haven't they? There's a lot of important people I would have thought in this town making a lot of money. Now they're not.
Yeah, so
I can't see them just going that same way, are they?
No. But I mean, I would imagine that most of your stuff, of course, is online, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, mate. To be honest, I don't get any work from Patio really.
No.
I get the odd few, but most of my work I get from.
You did a great job on my website.
Yeah, so your one was here, wasn't it? Yeah.
Bobby's backing tracks.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby's backing tracks.
He did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, it's like
I made him crazy for 3 weeks.
Well,
but
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about that. That's part. I'm sure that's part of the process.
Yeah, just
detail.
I need more.
Everything's detail.
Was he detailed?
It was, but it was like everyone drips and drabs.
Yeah.
So it just gets prolonged.
Yeah,
sure. By the time you get there, it's tiring.
Yeah, sure.
650 tracks to deal with and meticulously go through. I was crazy.
Yeah. But the end result is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it looks a 1,000,000% better.
And you inspired it, Dave.
Well, I was the one that sort of just said when you showed me your. I've got to be honest. When you showed me your when you showed me your pre-war,
pre-war, was terrible. So it had to be an improvement anyway, didn't it?
It's the first time I've ever seen a website etched into a piece of slate.
Was it like prehistoric?
It looked like WikiLinks or something.
WikiLinks.
Just a page of text.
It could have been on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. That was like,
well, we pulled it out. Owen pulled it out of Jurassic Park with your inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, I just, it had to be done.
I just cracked on with it, if I'm honest, didn't I?
You did, but it just shows. I mean, that's a good. And I know. Listen, I know that. I know that the process. Don't get me wrong, guys, and I'm going to talk to you too. I know that the process is stressful. I know that because he wants something that you've got to try and build, and you're trying to build it, and he's giving you all ideas. So it's a bit of an hard time.
It's taking someone's vision and making it theirs.
Sure, but like we say, it's a long process. There's a long road to go down, but. Owen, the end result that you've done on Bobby's backing tracks is brilliant. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's chalk and it's cheese. It's. Don't you think so, Bobby?
Yeah, it really is. It's beautiful.
I just like things structured. I like things organised. Things are all over.
Sure. But that's it's. I know how you think.
It's hard to pull people in line.
Yeah,
especially over here. That's why I try and focus on work elsewhere.
Yeah, sometimes
the lads
in my car, I had a Dana Sovereign
in Australia, and it's just lovely, mate.
Yeah,
breath of fresh air.
Yeah, well, if it's
everything's planned out, done nicely, and you can provide something nice when you're given what you need. And when you're just given, some people don't even give you a logo, you know. And
it's a long process.
Expect you to, and then no one's got any ideas or anything. It's you're the designer. But then you go off and you do something, and then it's like, and then they're the designer. If you know what I mean, it's hard because then you're trying to pull it back into your control, and it is hard because especially if when it's getting changed by someone else, then you lose where you're going with it because they've dismantled what you've done.
But sometimes it's stressful and sometimes it's easy. Yes.
Oh, mate, it's good for me. I work on my own and I don't have to deal with of people all day long. Innit?
So the future for you here is basically online with Proactiv. Yeah, I would imagine. Just stay online.
Mate, I'm just 6 years ago. I didn't know anything about websites. I didn't know anything about web hosting. I didn't even know how a website was online. It's just I left Thailand for just under a year. I went to Australia for a bit and worked. And then when I come back, I just knew I had to sort of shit out basically.
Yeah. And get down
on it, and I've just been working and learning. I don't even really go out if I'm honest. I just every day I'm progressing
learning.
In it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's your tools, your trade, you're learning about.
Yeah, and I don't feel reliant on people. Before this trap here I had before, I was reliant on people messing you around and.
Well, I think we've all had that.
Running around with people with all these dreams and that, you know, and you just get used and thrown out. So now I don't rely on anyone, you know.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
I think. Going back a few years, that happened a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, mate.
So it's we don't even want to go there. I mean,
we don't need to talk about nothing negative.
I used to call it the tissue effect. Use you and throw you away.
People get desperate and that, innit?
Yeah, it was a desperation and use you and throw you away.
I was always taught you don't have anything. If you can't pay for it, you can't have it, can you? But a lot of people here, they want something and then
don't want to pay for it.
Dwindle away around you and
Proactiv marketing, of course, they're online. You got a website. Yeah, we'll put it on the chat today. Yeah.
It's there. The URL is there.
URL is on. Anything you want to add to us today before we call it a quick one today? Because I know that you're on a flying visit because you're busy.
That's right.
Anything you want to add to today's thing? You okay with everything?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, it's enough. I can come on again sometime.
Of course you can. Yeah. We'll have to come on and get you and Darren and probably Mark on, and Bobby and myself.
Go down the rabbit hole together.
Yeah, we can go down the rabbit hole together. And,
I'm up for that.
Yeah. And have a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can have a mass debate around the table.
A mass debate?
A mass debate.
Ah, got it.
Around
As long as that you ain't bringing those guys in from tomorrow at the same time, I don't mind.
They're nice. Leave them alone. Owen Richards, thanks a lot for coming in the studio today. Cheers. Been really good. I know it's a flying visit. Okay, it's a quick one today, but of course, it's nice to let people know you're out there, you're doing your thing. And if we can say this, I mean, Bobby, you'd recommend the guy, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
And of course, you look after Patio One for me, and I'd recommend you. You do a great job, and keep on doing a good job.
Cheers.
All right, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, and hopefully your girl gets a black belt and teach you how to live.
Yeah. Hopefully she'll be kicking some ass. Anyway.
All right, thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Yeah, great.
Talking Heads podcast live from Pattaya, Thailand, with your host Dave D. Join us weekdays. Check out all the latest updates on talkingheads-podcast.com.